Return to Glory podcast. Hunter Darvin, Austin Rose, Dakota Freitag. It's officially week 0, boys. Kansas State, Iowa State kicking off in Ireland on Saturday. College football is here.
How do you guys feel about week 0 games?
Love it.
I like them because football's here a week earlier. That's why. I mean, there's not much to it.
And honestly, the Ireland game's been good every time except for one game was bad. But other than that, they've all been great games. Maybe not the very first one, but
I can tell you who played last year.
Who was it? Oh, it was great. Georgia Tech, Florida State.
That's right. The fall of Florida State.
I mean, there's other games on too, but that's the main headliner right there. There's nothing else.
They usually have one big one. It's K-State, Iowa State this year. I mean, a little bit close to home, so have a little bit of interest there watching that. And then we get to game week next week, and we'll have a full preview on Cincinnati next Monday. We're going to bring on a K-State fan here on Thursday to preview K-State this upcoming week. And then we are go time for the undefeated 12-0 Huskers.
A little bit of Husker hype in the national media this week. I don't know if you guys followed, but there were a couple of. I saw Pate. I can't think what his first name is.
Josh Pate.
Josh Pate have us go into the college football playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce Feldman had a little Nebraska take as well. So, the classic. Even Joel Klatt talked about us as a potential Indiana-like season.
Joel just loves us. And of course, you do it because all of us fans, we just eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it and love it and drink it and drink it. And especially when we get closer to the year, it feels like we were just talking, there may be not a whole lot of news this week. Like we're just waiting for some actual action on the field. The big news, I guess, over the last few days was a couple of things. One, single-digit jerseys have been finalized. Same ratio as last year on the defense to offensive ratio, which as I started looking at it, I guess that makes sense. Well, you can't put offensive linemen on there because of numbers. So keep that in mind, and that probably makes sense. But then, the 3 wide receivers on the offensive side of the ball, and then the rest are defensive players. What do we think of the single-digit jerseys? It's year 3 of doing it. How do we feel about it?
So one, I guess first comment, I'm assuming Dylan turned it down because he wants number 15.
Probably. I also don't think that's good for the team that his opinion or his thought is above the team and what they want to do.
Or it could be, like, hey, I know I'm a leader, but I want other people to be recognized as a leader. So that,
I mean, that's how he probably framed it, which is the best way of framing it. But it's supposed to be the toughest, I think, is what they initially said, like the toughest people on the field, basically, which makes sense why a lot of them are defenders. Offensive linemen can't be on there, so that piece kind of makes sense. I will say this, it's resonating more this year than the old black shirts kind of have. So I don't know how some of the maybe old timers feel about that, or the black shirt stuff is still around and it's still going to be there, which we'll get to that here in a second on true black shirts. But I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's something different. I don't know. I guess you're rewarding guys for their leadership, but / guys that would just want to fly with their heads cut off. Like you want those kind of guys, especially on the defensive side. Then offensively, to get one of those, I think it means something. We got 3 receivers on it.
Archie Wilson did not get a single digit for those of you counting at home. So not yet. Give it a year. I will say, I don't know. I mean, I never played a number sport in high school. Like, I'm assuming that the single digits are the most desirable numbers to have.
I mean, not really. I kind of, but not really. I mean, I think as you're a kid, you probably want those. I don't know. I think they're just that's what they classified as their thing. Dak, do you like them?
Yeah, I guess it just basically highlights the impact players like supposed to be during the year, and it feels like, to me at least, that it's like your motivators, I guess, on a team basically.
Yeah,
Is the way I pick it up. It's like say someone's not doing their job, whatever. These guys will get after you. That's the way I think.
I mean, most of them are seniors, except for Barney and Shavers. Am I right?
Yeah, probably pretty close. Bonner's not a senior, I don't think, or is he?
You're right. He's a junior. You're right.
I do think a lot of them, like, it's motivators. It's also kind of a way to name captains without naming them captains, like in a way of that, like it's kind of allowing more people to do that. And I think if I remember right, Rule has rotated the actual captain spots at times that for the game. I think you can have 4 or whatever that come out. You expect Dylan to be probably one of those, and maybe consistently Dylan be one of those. I'm not sure, but that to me is another way of looking at it. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. If that's what works for them, great. Eventually, if you were to do this as a program for the entirety of your existence, you'd run out of numbers because they'd be retired.
Dak, should Oklahoma do it?
No.
Okay.
No. They first off, you get better on the field before you start doing that.
Oh, Nebraska's good enough to do it?
Recently for their I mean, they just made a bowl game, so that's big news right there.
Yep. Second big news that came out was the blackout that's happening on November 1st, I believe, against USC. Big old promo video, jersey release.
Couldn't we put the black shirt logo on the helmet?
Yeah, that would have been
skull
sweet.
and crossbone instead of the N. I think that'd be way
Then people probably would complain about the offense and not getting.
Who cares?
Dana probably wouldn't like it.
Who cares? The black N was dumb.
I hope. I mean, I think everybody hopes that becomes a night game, but the Big Ten can probably really. I mean, if the Big Ten has any sort of appreciation for Nebraska with all this announcement, they will make it a night game, regardless of
some records.
Yes, but just watch it be an 11 a.m. game.
11
It'll still be cool, but it won't have.
It won't now even look as near as close as a night game.
Now the question is how good are people going to be at the blackout? I have little faith in the older generation who are mostly the season ticket holders.
It will be good this year because they announced it now and early. That's why we've tried to do blackouts in basketball. Has tried to do whatever outs. They don't announce it and get it out and publicized to everybody, the older generation. Now we're talking about it. We haven't played a game yet, and throughout the year, people will just say, like, especially the game could be a bigger game implications for the end of the year. But at the same time, it's out there now. That's why I think it'll be good. And I think if it's not and they have a feeling about it, they are going to do some sort of t-shirt something. And there'll be t-shirts anyways, but on the chairs, like I don't think they can do that for 90 some or 85,000 fans, but like I think it will be good this time. And night game will only make it better.
See, my one concern is it's a November game. So when it gets cold, people start like, well, I don't have a black coat. I guess I'll just wear.
Well, I will say this, what's kind of funny. As it gets colder, there becomes less red because people
That's
don't have
true.
red coats.
That's true.
So
That's
not
true.
there's probably more of that black coats, but you're right. If you don't have a black coat, you're probably not gonna go buy a black coat just for the game. Like the Iowa games have a lot more black speckled and gray speckled in there than
Yep, that's true.
in your early red games. So
I mean, we all know why they're wearing black, right? For that game, Lincoln Riley's last game.
Okay.
The funeral.
Yeah, that's a funeral. No, I saw one take about it. Someone was mad about it that this is like a classic helmet matchup, and they're pissed about changing jerseys up for that. I was like, I don't see Nebraska versus USC as a classic matchup jersey wise.
I will say I think both programs are two that probably do the least alternate type of like everybody. We don't vary much from even our alternates in the past have just been like a little change. We're like, oh, that's cool. Like
except for those one I can't remember how long ago it was. Oh, they were horrible. It was like the I can't even, I think it was trying to dress up as like the old time football players.
Old ones, like the kind of the cream and the
yeah.
I didn't mind those.
I did not like them.
Okay, here's what we got planned for you today. Oh, volleyball scrimmage too. Better mention that, but cool idea. Like the current Huskers won 3-1, played some alumni.
Yeah, well, they put in they were a little feisty early, and they
should. I feel like they should be. Like,
yep.
They have a lot of talent there. But I thought it was a really good idea. Like volleyball is one sport. I guess baseball you could do it. I feel like basketball, football, like it'd be kind of tough because you got to be in pretty. I mean, volleyball too. You got to be in good athletic shape, but especially like basketball and football, even soccer. Like you're needing to be able to physically hold your own. And so good idea. Whoever came up with that drew some attention, drew a good crowd.
I'm surprised it didn't sell out, to be honest.
You wouldn't have enough players to play an alumni football game.
No.
For the other side, they'd be out by half.
I don't know. You could get some 1995 guys in there right now. They'd be
okay. So yeah, Osborne, I think was at practice the other day. He is looking tough.
Oh man,
I thought every bit of age 92 or whatever he is.
See, I didn't look up his age. I didn't know he was 92, but he looks.
I don't think he's 92. He's probably like 89.
Yeah, he made Frank look young, and Frank's not young.
He's 88. Jeez,
man.
What does he look like it?
Okay, here's what we're doing the rest of the episode. Our first official fan mailbag question. So how this is going to work, we have 15 questions submitted by random listeners from around the Beatrice area, and we are going to ask a question and we're going to discuss it. Pretty simple topic. There's some good submissions, some fun ones. There's some serious ones. There's some frustrating ones. So we'll start with Brad from Wymore. And he says, is Dylan Raiola going to live up to the hype, or are we about to crown another freshman before he's even taken a snap? Which, Brad, you're a year off. But if we want to go, about sophomore season, okay, the hype is still there, and probably even more on Dylan, where we've seen Heisman hype. We've seen just the leadership in general from Dylan, like the expectations there. What do we think? Dylan Raiola hype? Yes or no? Is he gonna do it this year?
I mean, if he performs like he did last year, we would all be disappointed, but I think we all agreed last year that it was an okay season. Do I think I guess I don't really know what the Dylan Raiola hype is this year. I don't know what the expectations are. I don't think anyone has him like.
I think the hype is that he could be really damn good, if he breaks out and could be a Heisman guy and take us to 11-1.
Yeah, but the hype is he could. I don't like that anyone's like Dylan. This is the year Dylan Earl breaks out. But they're like, oh, this could be the year Dylan Earl breaks out. I think there's already kind of a butt built into the hype.
The hype with Dana's offense and clicking, got some receivers.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
what I was gonna say was the hype. I feel like it's coming from another or a year at least under Dana. You at least have a set offense now, and quarterbacks. I feel like quarterbacks get. I mean, if you're a good quarterback, get a lot better after you have a year under the OC. It helps out a lot, that part. And he's lost weight like Hunter's been begging him to.
Damn right. I mean,
I
you
mean-
didn't want him to, Dak?
Nope. No, I'm kidding. He needed to lose weight bad.
You do like fat people.
What are his Heisman odds?
Fat.
I don't. I mean, I'm guessing they're probably a little bit inflated here. I think it's. I think the hype, and here's what I think with Dylan. If Dylan pops and goes above expectations this year, and maybe I'm wrong on this take, I don't think that directly means we are 10-2, 11-1. Like now it's a big piece of it. Don't get me wrong, but I think our defense still has to come around with it. I also think that the offensive line has to, which if he pops, it means our offensive line's probably doing their job well enough. I do think there's other factors there. Special teams has to improve for us to record-wise be really, really good. But I think that's the hype, right? If everything pieces together, and it starts with Dylan being the 5-star recruit that he could be, yeah, the season could go really well. I
mean,
I don't know that it's all dependent on that though.
He's 60-1 Heisman odds, which is still behind Archie Wilson at 50-1. So
okay, next question. We're going to do a quick one here. Derek from Cortland, who's actually getting the first carry against Cincinnati. Do we okay, he said, do we do that thing where we're going to rotate 5 guys and nobody ever finds a rhythm at running back?
No.
Nope.
It's gonna be Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, I think we all can answer that on 3.
Emmett Johnson will get the first carry, but let's go to the second part of the question.
I think
what do we think the running back situation is going to be like this year?
I think Emmett's going to be 50%, and the other 50% is going to be chopped up by the other 3. Quentin, Moosey, and the guy from training camp.
Javarian Parker.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, it won't be running back as committee this year. I think it's more Emmett's for sure got the starting job, and then the other 3 are going to fight for that backup number 2 spot.
I tend to agree. I don't think it's going to be completely split. I think some people think it's going to be 90 Emmett. Like he might just be a bell cow. I just think that's trend is going away in all football. You see it less and less because you have one other commitments or other guys that are good enough to play, and you want to keep your running backs fresh and healthy to get the extra yardage. I think a lot of it is going to come down to guys. We've said it before, who can make 3 yards turn into 7, who can make a 9-yard gain turn into 40. Who's going to do that? And if Emmett's that guy that can, and nobody else can, he's probably going to play a lot more. I think that's what they're looking for this year from a running back standpoint on the offensive side.
Easy question. Next.
All right. Let's go. Stay on the offense. Let's go Megan and Adams. She asked, which receiver is stepping up as Raiola's guy? Is it going to be somebody better? Because I'm tired of watching us complete 3-yard outs on 3rd and 12. Thank you, Scott Frost. Dane Key's the obvious answer. Do we want to?
I don't know. Is it that obvious?
Is it? That's where I would go.
He has a whole other year of reps with Ja'Cory.
Yeah, Austin, you're big on Ja'Cory.
I don't know. I just really like Ja'Cory. I think where he falls in Dana's offense, kind of the middle of the field guy, I just think Dylan's going to find him a lot. I don't think he's going to have those big downfield passes. But as far as frequency of targets, I feel pretty good about Ja'Cory.
Yeah, I was thinking more Ja'Cory too, just because I think you can use him in a lot of different ways too, jet sweeps and.
I guess in my mind, for the first time in a long time, I'm and this is maybe Kool-Aid drinking. I think Dane Key could be a guy that gets 8 to 10 targets a game and be like, and maybe it's because he's the only senior and everybody else is so young, but basically be the guy that, no, he's go-to. Like third down, we're going to Dane Key because he's both physically and quickness-wise able to get open. He's a target you can throw the ball to and go up and get it. Like, I think that's how I'm picturing him. More so, and then Ja'Cory's still your slot guy, and he's still getting a lot of touches too. And then Isaiah Hunter's there. I think probably more of a speed guy. He's still young. Bonner's impressed people. So, and then tight ends, like, who knows?
Who knows? Heinrich could be the guy.
So, yeah, I don't know. Ja'Cory might be the right answer. I would go Dane Key.
I feel like those were the only two that I'd really considered.
You're really drinking the Kool-Aid this year, Hunter. Your line's gonna rock.
What?
You're really drinking the Kool-Aid this year. You're big on the old line. You're huge on the wide receivers.
Gonna be an 8-10 times.
Hey, I'm closetly drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't want to say it. I don't want to actually say those words, but let's see. Here we go. Going back to last week's episode. Mike from Blue Springs. Special teams. ... Is this finally the year? Or are we gonna once again miss chip shot field goals and muff punts? I'm sick of losing games on this stuff that even high school teams get right. I like that last comment because it's true. Like some of the stuff that we do, your bad snaps, like that we've had over the past several years. The catching punts inside the 5-yard line or kicks inside the 5-yard line and running out of bounds. Like, come on. We're Nebraska. Why are we doing that stuff? We talked about it before. Yes, another Kool-Aid. Just trust in Eckler. trust in the longest special teams coach interview of the year, as Dak said. Like, trust in that guy. I think it can get worse, but don't be surprised in my mind if there are still some bumps and bruises along the way. I don't think
special teams is going to lose us games this year, though. It might not win us games, but
I'm going to say it's going to lose us one somewhere, and we're all going to throw a fit. I don't know where.
It just requires so many things to go wrong for special teams to lose you a game.
And we find it.
And we've done it so many times. There's no way with the emphasis put on it this year that it happens. Right?
I feel like the punting game you have a lot of confidence in, but whenever your kicker runs out there.
Why did you say Drew Brown?
I don't know why I'm dead set he's even your kicker this year. I asked you last week, anyway.
That was that wasn't even like a couple of years ago. That's been several years.
John Hole.
Yeah. When he runs out there, I feel like there's not still 100% confidence he's gonna make a kick.
I feel like by the end of the year, though, I feel like he really started to click. And then you have a whole nother year. I mean, he came in was he a true freshman?
That's where Austin's at. I think it's going to be Cunanan. I think he's going to be our kicker. But
okay.
I just think it's Eckler coming in, and it was an open battle, and Eckler's not going to place zero emphasis on last year. And I don't think Rule's touching it. I think it's Eckler's baby, and I think he brought in a guy that he wanted to kick for him. That's why I think it'll be Kyle Cunanan. But
okay.
I think it's healthy competition. I think special teams hopefully doesn't, but I think it still could cost us a game. I think it
But does
should
it win us a game too?
well, and maybe it could win us the game. How about hitting a game-winning field goal? I guess we did that against Northwestern.
Exciting game. Yeah, I don't. Do you have three kickers battling right now? Is that a good sign, you think, or?
I think it's really two.
Tristan Alvado's deep.
I mean, he's still there probably, but I kicker's one of those things. I mean, it's a battle, right? Who gets the first kick? But like whoever it is goes in, and if they miss two of their first three, like you're probably moving on to the other guy, and then the guy that just got booted, probably is going to get another chance at some point too. I think that's okay. It's from kicking standpoint. Now there is a rhythm thing, and obviously, if John Hull's starting and he gets in a rhythm, he's going to keep rolling. And if he just misses one, I don't think that Eckler's going to say, "You suck, you're out." I don't think that's the case. Now, if it's like the one he misses is a game winner early in the year, that could be tough. But
John did hit a 50-some yarder last year.
Ohio State, baby.
Right? Yeah, I think kickers. It's good to, as a Vikings fan, I've learned this from experience. It's good to have multiple that you can pull because they can go mentally shot real quick, and then you're screwed.
Let's go to Travis from DeWitt. Mentioned the O-line. He says, "Are we finally going to have an O-line that doesn't get shoved around like folding chairs? Every year, it's the same promise. We're stronger, we're deeper, and then we get bullied in week one."
I don't know. I didn't feel like we got pushed around last year. I feel like the answer would be no. We will not have a line that will get pushed around like folding chairs. I think there will be games where it struggles, but I expect the offensive line to be a net positive.
Which first game on the schedule, do you think that will come out of the season, if any, going, damn, our O-line did not look as good as we thought that game?
I'm gonna say Michigan because I remember a couple years ago when we played Michigan, it's like, oh shit, like we are not Michigan level athletes there because they got destroyed.
I always feel like game one for every team, the online struggles the most because I don't know what there's just a lot of holding penalties and false starts your first game of the year. I feel like, so I don't think it'll be game one. Yeah, by that Michigan game, that's a good one because then you have two.
Wait, so is game one we are going to struggle? Or we're not going to
struggle. I think the holding and false like dumb penalties.
Okay, so you're saying game one.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. Hopefully never. I do think depth-wise, we talked about that on the offensive preview episode, could be deeper this year, just more guys with maybe some experience, but I also think we've said that every year. But the guys with experience have all been the same guys we've had, that have all been very average to below average offensive linemen. And a couple of those guys this
year where, I mean, a lot of these guys are this is Donnie's fourth year. So this is the seniors have been all 4 years with Donnie, and they're kind of Donnie's guys.
And some of those guys are taking a back seat to incoming people. So I thought that was interesting on one of the national podcasts I listened to when they were talking about Alabama specifically. They're mentioning the people that left and came in, and they mentioned Elijah Pritchett leaving, and they basically said he sucks. Don't know why Nebraska even wanted him. They said, I don't even think he'll help Nebraska. And I thought that was interesting from a national side. I don't know anything about Elijah Pritchett, right? No, nothing. I didn't watch him play at Alabama last year. No, nothing, right? For a national guy to say that when all we've heard is he's an Alabama guy. This is great. We got an Alabama transfer. That's the perception that we have on it. Now, might make sense that there's a chance he doesn't roll out week 1 as a starter. Like, then that might be why.
That's kind of what the word is. He's not gonna. He might probably not be a week 1 starter.
But we paid
I
him.
would also say, how many national guys that are actual national guys are watching the Alabama offensive lineman who is not a backup lineman at offense at Alabama.
I don't know. I guess you just trust that they probably do that. I mean, they do it for a full-time job, so maybe they know a little bit about it, but I don't know.
That's pretty presumptuous to be like, yeah, I know this guy, the backup left tackle at Alabama. He sucks. It could be right. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm always skeptical when someone's like, this guy sucks. Don't know why anyone want him when
he hasn't played.
when he's like I mean, he has played at Alabama. That's the thing. But Alabama needs it. So
here's one from Holly in Steel City. Will the Big Ten ever schedule us a Friday night game at home? She would love to skip work, drink Busch lattes all day, and make Memorial Stadium the loudest it's been since 2001.
Didn't we have one at home a couple years
last
ago?
year?
We did have one last year. So Holly, yeah, Illinois at home, you got that. I hope you enjoyed your Busch lattes.
That's right. It was not the loudest stadium all year.
No.
It was the 350 or 400 consecutive sellout. I don't remember what the number was.
It was in there, and don't want to talk about that game that went to overtime. Once again, not good. We'll just move on from that because we had one last year. Rick from Diller. Why is beer at Memorial Stadium priced like it's imported from Paris? Hey, it's terrorists. $10 for a Bud Light.
12 for a Michelob. Is that what it is?
Might even be more than 10. I thought it was more than 10.
I thought it was 12. I thought it was 11 and 12. 11 for a Bud Light, 12 for a Michelob. I could be wrong.
What do we think? We haven't talked much about the beer in the stadium and
I mean,
prices.
It's at that point because people will pay for it, one, and two, you don't want people getting absolutely shit-faced.
Yeah, if it was dollar,
you want one game Dak designated as dollar beer night.
I mean, I don't think it'd end well in the stadium. I really don't. It's sweet to go to, but I don't think you can do that.
I get it, but I also don't. Like I said, it's mostly for mitigation against people getting absolutely trashed. You could sell one beer and it's the equivalent of selling 2 normal price beers, but they're only consuming one.
But this is what I've thought about it too. They weren't selling beer, so people just get absolutely shit canned before the game.
So that's the question. Obviously, I think you need to do it for sale. Like, you're making revenue off it. You're going to make a ton of money. Like, there's no question on it because people are going to buy it. The amount of alcohol consumed before the game, like, I actually think that this might maybe some people like myself, for example, it's not going to change probably a lot of the tailgating and what I do. I think that's probably for a lot of people, but some people might now say that just go to the game, right? That don't do a whole lot of tailgating, say, oh, I'll enjoy a beer during the game now. Like, I think that will happen more than people probably think.
I think they'll help the crowd stay lubricated later in the game. One.
Yep.
Two, I think the biggest positive is because of the alcohol sales, there is no re-entry. So that's kind of a bad thing. But you're not going to have those games where the student section leaves at half to go drink, and then
correct.
Only an eighth of them trickle back in because it's
student section's tough because juniors, seniors maybe are 21.
Right. No, but in general, like at halftime, there's a lot of times where people would leave to go back to tailgates over half and then come back, but they never all came back. So the second half would be a little bit flatter than the first half.
That will help a ton. I agree with that too.
And I don't know if it's gonna be like basketball, but $10-12. I mean, it's a big beer you get at the basketball games. I don't think it's like a horrible deal.
Dak, let me ask you. You're probably gonna go to at least one game this year.
I'm going to, yeah.
Yep. What would the price of beer have to be for you not to buy one in the stadium?
Oh boy. Probably $25.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I bet you would give a $20 bill for a
What about
beer.
you,
Yeah, I
Hunter?
would. I would.
What's your price, Hunter?
It's probably not far off.
100%, I would pay $20.
Here's my big thing too, and I think like drinking before the game when there was not beer being sold in the game, regardless of how much you have. I mean, I never was one to drink so much. Like I wanted enough to where I get to the game and I have a little bit of a buzz, but I can still focus in the game the whole time. Like that's I have to watch about every snap and sit there and be pissed most of the game. I think having one beer then during the game keeps that just flow going. By the time the end of the game got over without a beer, you're right. That third and fourth quarter, you're kind of just groggy. The headache starts to kick in. You don't really, you're ready to go home. But even after some of the wins, it was like, and especially after you lose in a heartbreaker, you're like, get me out of this freaking town. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Now, even just having one tall beer or one or two throughout the whole game, and to me, it's a game changer. So yeah, I'd pay a decent amount for just having one, but
I mean, I haven't been to a game.
$12 might already be above my limit.
Dawson's like, that's it.
I can get a picture of Bud.
Since
I can get a picture of Bud Heavy at the neighborhood bar for 11. So it's so.
Tough to beat that Runza deal though.
The Runza and the beer all priced the exact same.
Yeah, the meal deal.
Let's move to the defense here. Corey from Beatrice. He asks, this defense, are we talking good, or just what we call Nebraska good? Top half of the Big Ten's cute, but won a black shirts level unit that actually scares somebody. Defensively, last year we were pretty good. You know, Tony White's been pretty good. Like they've been solid. I think this year most people are thinking maybe a little step down, same level. You know, your optimists are going to say, "Oh, it'll be better." I agree. Like give us that. And I don't know what the true black shirts, because I don't remember watching them because I wasn't old enough. But like, give me that 2010 defense, the Bo Pelini defense, and that defense was so freaking good, and our offense was just trash. And we've seen things like that the past few years too, where our defense has been very good and our offense literally can't just do something, and we win a game. Defense just can't take a huge step back for me, and I think we'll be fine. I don't think that we will be back to black shirts level this year. I honestly don't have faith. I don't have faith in John Butler, but maybe he'll surprise us. I don't know that we'll ever get back to that level in upcoming years, because that defense is really, really good, like 9, 10 out of 10. If you're putting numbers on it, but you know, get us to a 7 this year. Get us to a 6 or 7, and I think we're going to be in a good spot. But
right, if we could be in top 4th of defenses, that's all we need.
I mean, the last 2 seasons, I thought your defense was pretty damn good.
Top 20.
Yeah, I guess new coach and everything. Yeah, I thought they were. I don't know what stats to say, but I thought they were better the year before when you had Harburg and all those guys at quarterback. Just to even keep you in games with how bad your offense was, you said.
And that's how you judge a defense, right? You mentioned the scoring defense, the yards against defense, however you want to judge it. It's complementary to your offense. So if you are longer time of possession, which is good for the offense, but you know, taking more time off the play clock, all of that, your defensive stats are going to look better naturally. I think this year, and we talked about it last year too, what could elevate the defense is forcing more turnovers. We did more of that last year. Were we the turnover creating machine on defense? No. There's some big thunder. We have a storm going on in Beatrice and Lincoln right now. Omaha's getting some rain. But yeah, so as we're talking about the defense, throw the bones.
I'm trying to. One, I can't believe that we led the Big Ten in time possession last year. That stat still blows my mind. We only scored like 17 points a game. It's really, real credit to the offense.
Yep.
No. But I mean, I probably agree. We'll probably be more like a 7.5 defense. I think we'll be good, but I don't think we're gonna have an Iowa game or not Iowa, sorry, Indiana game where we just get our doors absolutely blown off. I don't think that's happening this year.
So I was thinking about this. Are you guys rooting against Tony White like you are Scott Frost?
No.
No, probably not. Are we rooting against Scott Frost?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just because he's an idiot and what he
Fuck
said a
that
couple
guy.
weeks ago.
Let's go to an interesting one from Jake in Barnston, Nebraska. Hot take. Time to retire serious for the tunnel walk. Love the tradition, but I swear my 12-year-old calls it dad music. Time for an upgrade.
Nah. I
It's
mean,
not the first time I've heard this.
no, I agree. This was a pretty heavy topic of conversation last year, maybe even more so the year before with the rules first year. I think it's fine. Like, why do we need I don't know. I know it's been changed before and it hasn't always been that way, so I'm fine with the change, but it's 5 minutes of a game. Like, is it that big of an impact if it's I don't know. Do people really care that much about it? Either way.
Now, Frost changed it, right? His first year.
And get changed for a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
even
it
think
was
it was a full
horrible,
season.
the one he put in. I didn't like that one, but like you say, it's not the biggest deal out there. I don't.
I will say when I was a kid, it matters for kids more.
Yeah, that's
When I
true.
was a 12-year-old, like I looked forward to that part of the game.
You play the song at home and get hyped up.
Yep. That and
I still
like
play and get hyped up.
the Husker Power chant, like that kind of stuff is cool for 12-year-olds. And
Yeah, but if they put a different song in there, it'd still be cool for you.
if you can make it into a tradition, I think that's the big thing.
Right, you don't want to change it every year.
You can't. And I think it takes the right hit to change a long tradition to have it stick and everybody go, yep, this is good. Like we want this to stay. Kind of like they did for the end of the third quarter with Thunderstruck. Like I think it's stuck now.
Right, you have to do it a couple of years for it to catch on.
And people have to enjoy it and they have to think this is worth it. And I think all of it, whatever tradition it is, I don't care what it is, if you're winning while you're doing it, it becomes cool. If you lose and continue to lose while that tradition's happening, you think
You get laughed at.
this is stupid.
Yep.
So if you again, Scott Frost, your document, you change a tunnel walk, we aren't winning. It goes, well, that was dumb. Like, what's the point in that? So I vote keep. I still think it's unique enough. It's something that I still think people enjoy. If we start winning games and get back to national relevance, kids are going to think it's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
I agree.
Speaking of national relevance, Doug from Philly says, what's it going to take for us to say Nebraska is back? Beating Cincinnati. 9 wins, 10 wins. Yeah. Like what is that bowl game after the first of the year? At some point, we got to stop settling for quote unquote progress.
I'd say before I say that they're back, I'd say 3 years of 9+ wins in a row.
I'm telling you, if we win 9 games this year, the word Nebraska's back is going to be a lot of places. Now, if people are saying that sarcastic, like joke.
Yeah.
That'll be part of it, but then there'll be some that actually believe it and think it's actually true. But what's that number, Dak?
I think playoffs, 10, 11 wins.
And you say, we are back.
Yeah. To say, I don't think 9 wins is enough. Schedule-wise, that's probably what you are shooting for this year's 9 wins.
I'm just looking big future. If we say that we're back, and we will if we get to the playoffs, goddamn, next year's expectations are going to be off the charts.
Yeah.
But I agree, Austin, for it to officially feel that way, I agree. It's
there has to be some level of
it's 10 wins, and 10 wins is going to get you in the playoffs a lot of times in the Big Ten. And it's consistently being there every year. And I think it was after the Bo Pelini year, when after we won a bowl game, he made some comment, Nebraska's back and we're here to stay. Like after he won his 10th game one of those years, because he did it every year. I don't think that's calling us back. That's the thing. That's what's tricky. Now, maybe in today's college football environment, when that 10 wins does get you a playoff berth, potentially, or at least in that conversation, that probably feels good. The older fans you get, I bet you a lot of them go, you got to be getting to the semifinals, because that's the expectation. For us, it's definitely not the case. What would we say? Nebraska basketball is back. Well, we've never been there, so we can't be back.
Winning a tournament game, man.
Yeah,
we've arrived.
So I'm with you there. I think that's Austin. I think that's a good way of measuring. It's got to be consistent. Now people are going to just assume that if Rule can do it one year, he's going to keep doing it.
Consistent, successful seasons. I'm not saying they need to make the playoffs every year, but if you win 9 games 3 years in a row, it's like, okay, you can be nationally relevant. You might make the playoffs 2 of those 3 years. You might, you're making good bowl games outside of that. Once they bump it to 16 teams, like you're probably in.
Like having 3 years in a row where we are basically in the top 25 from start to finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe falling out, but coming back, but we're in the top 25. And this year, I think, is set up perfect for us to at least start that and then see where we end by the end of the year, just the way our schedule plays out. I do think, be Cincinnati, but disregard that Michigan game, even slipping that one up. Good chance that your schedule set up to become 5-1, 6-1, or that's probably going to put you, no matter who you play, if you're a Power 5 school, 6-1, you're probably in that conversation of being ranked. So I think we're in a position to do that, but then we'll see how the season ends.
So you're telling me make it the Pinstripe Bowl, then make you say Nebraska's back.
You can put them in the Hall of Fame.
Best 3-9 team ever. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So what number of wins will you guys be disappointed with?
7.
I was going to say 7 or less. Yeah.
Depending how the 7 goes, it could be 7.
I think.
Yeah, that'd be hard. If we only win 7 games with this schedule,
it's pretty bad.
We would have to lose some of these other games.
That means you have some tough losses.
Like in the past, yeah, it would. That 7 would be tough. It would be.
Yeah, so I'd say 7. Like you said, depends on how it goes.
Some people might be disappointed with 8.
Yeah,
most people are fools.
But what are those 4 losses? If you're looking at our schedule, we lose 4 games. Penn State,
Michigan, LSU, USC, or not LSU, UCLA.
UCLA, I don't think is very good, but yeah, we lost to them last year. Iowa, I guess, I think people would be disappointed if we lost to UCLA, Iowa, basically saying, man, we shouldn't have lost. We should have beat those teams, especially if those games. I mean, those games are going to be 1-score games. In my mind, they should be.
Now the sky could easily be falling after week 1. You lose that game,
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but it might happen.
So, someone's getting a little bit nervous as we get closer.
Yeah. Last couple here. Let's see. Grant from Claytonia. When was the last time Lil Red did something cool? Used to be some meme machine. Now he sits there bouncing around like an inflatable car lot guy. Mascots. Any thoughts on mascots?
They're fine. They're for the kids. If we had the little red blimp, that would have been sick. That never came to fruition. But I don't know what do they need to do? They're just there.
They're
Like,
mascots.
yeah.
This is
Come on, Dak. Give us a hot take here. Just fire one out here.
Yeah, this is the topic that just fired me up. Maybe start dancing or doing some Red Panda tricks during halftime. I don't know.
Red Panda.
Yeah,
you get Little Red up there on a unicycle, flipping some bowls on his head.
There you go.
That'd be incredible.
Little Red Panda.
We had one more. This kind of goes along with our last one, but Shannon from Plymouth says, "Real talk, what's the win total we should actually expect?" 8 feels nice. It's only 7. Don't we start talking about hard questions in year 3?
Wow.
Yeah, like
should have read that question sooner.
Should have. Yeah, that's basically what we just talked about. I think 8. I don't know. Again, this is where you look at our schedule and you win 8 games and you lose 4. Like, are we still? Are we satisfied? Are we okay if we drop at UCLA? We lose to Iowa again at home. Like, is that okay if we win 8 games and those are a couple of our losses? Maybe. I mean, well, I think it'll be hard if we win 8 games for us not to go, man, what could have this season been? We got the schedule. It could have been a 10-win season. Are we being greedy then? Progress?
It's tough to say greedy because
that's a lot. Think about ending the year going 8-4, knowing what those losses could have been and where your mind's going to be at. Are you going to sit back and go, okay, 8th wins better than 7, better than 6? Like, we're making progress. Is that what we're going to think?
Well, I feel like there are 2 reasonable losses. I think if you lose to Michigan and you lose to Penn State, it's like, okay, that's fine.
Depending on how those tough though too. Like, that's a 2.5 point spread. I mean, that's it. It's at home. Like, it's almost a 50-50 coin flip game if you're looking at it from a betting odds standpoint. So
it's
another one there. You lose that game by a touchdown or a field goal and you play well and you lose 27-24 and you end the year 8-4, you're going to look back at that game and go, damn, like, the season could have been win that game. Or are people just going to go, nope, 8-4 is good enough?
I guess it just depends on the losses. If the losses are all close, it's like, okay, we were right there.
And why shouldn't they be? Like,
or
you point.
Or you flip
it. We don't get blown out. We have it in recent years.
Iowa could end up being hella good this year. They got their new, you just don't know what the other teams look like. If Iowa ends up making the playoffs and we lose to Iowa, UCLA ends up winning 9 wins or 8 wins. It's like, oh, okay. We misjudged. Like last year, we thought it was an easier schedule, and then all of a sudden Indiana was a playoff team.
I mean, flip it. If say you go 10-2, but you just get absolutely throttled in that Penn State Michigan game, you guys still happy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless Penn State's like 7-5.
Right.
But I don't think they will be.
I got another question off of this. What's the number where you seriously consider firing Matt Rule?
6 for sure for me.
Wow, that's higher than that. I was gonna say 4 or 5.
It's 5 or 6, probably.
I don't think with this schedule, I don't think going back to the Pinstripe Bowl at 6-6 is going to make a lot of people happy. It's going to be very frustrating. Again, depending on how it goes. Well, no, I shouldn't.
You're not saying fire him though. You're saying consider, which I think.
Yeah, so you're like you.
I shouldn't even say depending how the season goes, because if we go 6-6 and we are losing close 1-score games again, that it's probably not worse, but that's going to piss so many people off again because we've done it year and year. Now, worse than that, you get beat at UCLA by 10, more than a one-score game. You get beat by Iowa by 14. Like, that's really bad too. That's why it's not even really dependent upon how the season goes. If you go 6-6, people are going to be pissed because no matter how you lose, now maybe you almost beat Penn State or you almost beat Michigan and they're both 11-1. Like maybe that's a scenario that you go, okay, well, we're there. But I think for the most part, you go 6-6, no matter how you're losing those games, it's not going to be good. We're impatient. We're not, and I think rightfully so.
We've paid well enough to be impatient.
Yeah.
As far as coaching and
so you're saying you go 6-6, you would want Matt Rule fired?
No, I think you start the discussion. I think the clock starts.
Zach, I probably will say I want him fired. Let's be real. I probably will say that if we're 6-6. Like I will. If the discussion's talked about, yeah, and I'll probably be on that side because I'll just be tired of it. Like I'm under the believer there's more young coaches that we don't gotta freaking pay what we're paying all these. We don't gotta pay them a shit ton of money to get someone that has motivation to come in here and freaking grind. Now I think Rules could be that guy still. Like, but if we're 6-6, there's no reason for me to say yep. And if we're 6-6, also the other thing, it's not going to be a pleasant 6-6 from a team oriented standpoint. Dylan Raiola is not going to sit here and go, well, we were close in a lot of these games, and I think that next year is going to be the year. Well, I think we go 6-6. There's some stuff going on that he's not happy either, and we're also talking a lot bigger picture of transfers and all this stuff too. So I do think 6-6 is not going to be acceptable for a lot of reasons.
I mean, let's be real here. We're sitting in the car after the Cincinnati game. You lose that game, you're going to want him fired then.
I'll be very frustrated, but I won't be there after game one unless it's like 45-10,
45-3.
Right.
I won't be there because I do think we're going to be 2-1 at a worst case scenario. And yeah, you have a chance to win that sucker back. You go 3-1 in your first 4 games, you're going to be a lot of people happy. Like people aren't going to be thrilled, but people aren't going to be pissed. If you go 3-1 through the Michigan game, heading into that first bye week, like you're going to say, okay, like that's probably what's expected, somewhere between 3-1 and 4-0. So I don't know. I don't want to have to talk about that because I don't hope we don't, but
we won't have to. Don't worry.
Gosh dang it, guys. I started off so optimistic on such a positive Kool-Aid drinking note. Dak, you brought me back down.
Yeah, we're going to talk about preview here. Hanner's getting more and more nervous as we get close to that kickoff.
He always does.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think Cincinnati is great and nobody's really high on them. That makes me like it. I just hate it. Ugh. Everyone's just down talking them, downplaying them, and they might be right.
We'll be fine. It'll be good. I think we're all gonna be pleasantly surprised this year. That's my gut reaction, my gut instinct, which is new. It's a new instinct, really.
I mean, either way, I'm absolutely jacked up for that first game of the year.
Yes, thanks, Dak.
First time I get to meet Dak in person.
Yeah,
in my mind, he's 6'4", absolutely jacked.
Don't get any of those hopes up. Like everything you just said, opposite.
Never meet your heroes in person, That's what I'm really nervous about. Not even nervous about the game.
Dak, you got a little bit of Captain Diet there at 7 a.m.?
Yep. Might as well start it up. Might not work today.
Dak drinks coffee out of like glass jars.
Never worked.
Might have myself a rain day today. We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll be back Thursday. We're going to have a Randall Rickenberg K-State fan on for a quick little interview to preview the Dublin, Ireland game. And we'll talk more Husker football as we get closer to kickoff. Go Big Red.
GBR.
Go Big Red.